Okay, long time no see. Today I'm gonna take a test of Ielts exam listening test. It's mock test. It is 5 times. Yeah, 5 times. Okay. But recently I don't have confidence because I gain 3.5 score the last time. So today's object is take a score of 5. Okay, the object is taking 5 score. Okay, taking test. Taking a test. This. Okay. Just take it. Good.
Second, we have two colleagues, Marcus and Ella, discussing a work project. You have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. You will see that there is an example that has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Okay, Ella, as you know, the deadline for this project is the end of the month. So we've better plan it well.
Yeah, I've already been thinking along those lines, and I've decided we should divide this project into 2 phases. The pre-phase, then phase 1, and then phase 2, with strict deadlines involved for each one.
The woman uses the term pre-phase, so pre-phase has been written in space. Now we shall begin. You should ask the question as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Okay, Ella, as you know, the deadline for this project is the end of the month. So we've better plan it well.
Yes, I've already been thinking along those lines, and I've decided we should divide this project into 3 phases. The pre-phase, then phase 1, and then phase 2, with strict deadlines involved for each one.
Given that we have to finish this quickly, that sounds good. Tell me more.
The pre-phase is the simplest. We just need to allocate a space or a place to do our planning, and this space will need to be quite big.
Sure. And we have to decide on the equipment needed as well. Remember the last project we didn't have enough projectors to present our ideas? We lost lots of time there.
Yes, that was a bad start. That's why, after the pre-phase is finished, I've allocated a mere 3 days for phase 1.
That will involve drawing the plans. We'll need Jenna to help us.
And Marco.
Yes, but not Susan. Susan is just far too busy to participate, as much as I'd like her in the team.
Let's just take Fred instead. He'll do.
Sure, Fred's not as experienced as Greg, but I agree he'll do fine for this job.
Then it's straight into phase 2. Collecting, collating, analysing, and preparing the final report.
Can we do that in 5 days?
I think that's optimistic, which is why I scheduled 6.
Just a week. Do we have that much time?
We do, and with the right people, 6 days should see the job done.
Who are the people in this phase? Aren't you and Rob, right?
No, Arthur's got other things to do, and Rob's on leave, so Mike alone will be the main man on this prompt. He's done it before, so it should fine. But he may need some help with the smaller tasks. Someone who is good with detail and procedures.
Peter's not free at the moment, so I can arrange Leo to chip in some time and advice. Very useful, particularly under pressure. And that's everything sorted. Well done, Ella. This report should certainly be ready in time.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6.
Okay, you've done a good job with the basic time frame of this project. We'll get our specifics. Well, things like information gathering. Are we going to use questionnaires like we did last time?
I was thinking of the internet to ask people to give their views, but we often get such silly responses when we do that. I'm of the view that the best way to find out things is to ask people directly, so that's what we'll do.
Okay, but that will take longer. We'll probably even have to do similar work at home.
No, I don't think so, as long as we stay back at work for some after-hours meetings.
Well, that's definitely coming in early. No one functions well. Also, the final report will need at least 2 appendices.
Not only that, we'll have to attach a small booklet to the end, containing printouts of the relevant parts from all the foreign websites we accessed.
Are you sure we can meet this deadline?
Yep, I've worked it all out, and I'm confident we can do it. Phase 1 should be finished by the 5th, with Phase 2 to begin about the 8th or 9th. Now, there's a public holiday on the 10th, meaning that everything should be able to be submitted on the 15th. And after that, we can relax and celebrate on the 25th, when the design division gives us approval to go ahead.
We're assuming that the design division will approve this, and that's not guaranteed at all.
Oh, come on, Marcus, be positive. You know this should be approved. In fact, I'm even planning a celebration when this is all over.
Oh yeah? What's on the...
Well, we definitely don't want to party in the office, do we? We want to get away from this place, and we're all too busy with our own lives and families to find a mutual time free for a dinner party. So I thought we'd just buy some nice expensive gifts for everyone who participated. We can just give these to the people here in the office.
That sounds fine to me, but make sure they're not too expensive. The budget department will never approve the cost.
Don't worry, I know how much I can do.
All right, I'll leave that with you.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 2. Section 2. You will hear a maintenance worker talking to the university officer about some storm damage to the main building. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 15.
Hello there. I was asked to tell you about the damage to the main building caused by the recent storm.
That's right. I take it that most of the damage is to the main building.
It is indeed, since the building is so old. However, luckily, the damage is minor, and all of it can be fixed in one day, given we have 5 people in our team.
What will you be doing first? I understand you start at 8 in the morning.
That's right. And we were going to remove the fallen tree, but we've been told there are exams that morning, and I'm sure the sound of those chords and other heavy will disturb us. So instead, we'll fix that leaky roof. That's a 4-hour job, since it involves substantial repair, not like fixing broken windows, which can be done quite quickly.
So you'll fix the broken window after that, from the home?
We could do that, but as we'll be working in the ceiling, it's logical to get rid of those birds' nests there. It's a small that will require crawling inside the ceiling cavity, which is not an easy exercise, so that will take about an hour. This is good, since by that time the exams should be over, and we can address that tree which has been blown over after our 1-hour lunch break, of course. It will be quite noisy dealing with that, but it will be finished by 3 o'clock. Some of our staff will then leave to fix things on another site. An office nearby needs a new window. Including myself, will remain here to paint over this kind of patch of wall in your office.
Oh, good. It looks so horrible at the moment.
Well, we'll only make it a good one. And in the last hour of our working day, fix up that problem with apparently the power doesn't go to one of the classrooms. Probably some water has gotten into the fuse. So we'll just change a few wires and clean up the moisture, and it should be fine.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now listen and answer questions 16 to 20.
I certainly appreciate all the effort you are taking here, but I just have a request. And what is that? You said you're going to paint that wall in the office. Will it be the same colour as before?
Yes, we'll make it a nice white colour.
Well, that's the point. I prefer it to be yellow to match the furniture. The furniture is orange, actually, but I think yellow is a nice match. Can you do that?
We can certainly do that. Yellow it is. Certainly a prettier colour than just white. Blue in my kitchen at home. And we'll keep the paint can with you in case you need to do touch-ups or if the stain reappears. I'll just leave it in the garden shed, the one next to the main classroom. And incidentally, about those birds in the ceiling, I was just investigating and I heard the chirping of little baby birds in there. So there must be some young ones in it. I just thought you'd like to know that we can give them to a wildlife reserve. One in the next suburb, so that should not be too much trouble.
Or you could give them to one of our teachers. I have a colleague who can rate.
I would say wildlife reserve is a better option since the people there are used to dealing with animals. And as for that fallen tree, we'll cut it up into small and it can be filed within my house, so that won't be wasted either. Although the smoke is but I have a special license for my fireplace, so no one can object to that. I've noticed also that the university has a garden bin for the smaller items, leaves and sticks and bark and so on. So we can dispose of material in that also. You do have some waste piles out the back, but a proper garden bin means that the material will be recycled, and that's better for the environment. So you can rest assured we will use that.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Now turn to section 3. Section 3. You will hear 3 students, Steve, David and Susan, discussing the different courses they attend. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 26. Now listen carefully, answer questions 21 to 26.
Well, gentlemen, we've almost finished our second semester at this university. What do you think of all the courses we attend?
On the whole, I'd say they're quite good. Apart from social history, which I find to be a little too inexact.
Yes, the lecturer style is also very good.
I certainly agree with you, Paul. Although I would say that the textbook is more interesting. Welfare State. The subtitle says, An Examination of Social Development in the 20th Century.
Yes, Welfare State is a good book, but look how many pages it has. 458.
I agree. It's just too long to easily read. Far too long. Although it's certainly well written.
Yes, and if you compare it to the textbook for cultural studies, what's it called?
In reviews, I think.
No, that's the book for media studies, and we finished that subject last semester. The book you're thinking of is In Perspective.
Oh, you're right. In Perspective. And the subtitle says, A Comparison of Social Groups. Somewhat interesting, wouldn't you say?
Well, mildly so. That is the subject, dealing as it does with such a wide variety of issues. But the book itself certainly oversimplifies a very complex subject.
I agree. I also got annoyed with its constant oversimplification. Life is more complicated than what it suggests.
Yes, but what you call oversimplifying may well be considered clarifying. Look at this other textbook, Government in Action. Some may say that it also oversimplifies, but it must do so in order to present a coherent picture of an equally complex subject.
Government in action. Which subject?
It's the textbook for political theory.
Oh, I hate politics. That's why I don't like the active leadership subject either. And most of the stuff in that political theory textbook is based on the American system. You see, it's written by Americans, so it's not even relevant to us here.
I'd agree with you there. It's not relevant to us at all, since our government uses the Westminster system.
Yes, I suppose that is a problem.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 27 to 30. Now listen and answer questions 27 to 30.
Well, it seems we all have certain criticisms about the textbook we're using, but at the same time, we all like some elements, at least, of the subject we're studying. What's your favourite subject, David?
I'm not sure. I like political theory, but
Cultural studies is by far the best, even better than political theory, which I also like, but just not as much.
why do you say that, Steve? I was thinking perhaps social history is worth considering as best.
Social history is good, but I made my choice because the subject is relevant to this modern society.
But so is social history, and I like the historical element, which the other subjects lack. Even political theory examines history really briefly, and in a very narrow way. So I'd say social history is the most rewarding for me. What about you, Steve?
I think social history is certainly very good, but political theory is, in fact, the best. Since basically, every human system boils down to politics. So, despite a certain irrelevancy in the details, the basic message remains as relevant as ever.
Oh, Susan, you can't be serious. Let's ask Olive. She's over there. Oh, which subject do you think is the best?
Ah, a difficult question. I'm very interested in culture. So cultural studies is certainly my cup of tea. But I'm politically active also and hope to pursue this as a career. So political theory would be the one I'd pick.
I don't believe it. Even with that irrelevant textbook.
Olive, you have a right to your own opinion.
That is the end of section 3.
What's the difference
You now have half a minute to check your answers.
between best and like? The best means favorite? I don't think so, but
Now turn to section 4. Section 4. You will hear a lecturer talking about the movement of population towards cities. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 and 32. Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 and 32.
If you consider the farms of old, the type your father or grandfather grew up on, they were small and labor intensive, requiring lots of workers. In addition, they often had a diversity of products, be that animal or vegetable, say cows or sheep, or oranges and lemons, with some peaches and a few chickens on the side for the the many workers involved raised their families who needed products and support services, such as medical clinics and schools. So the small country towns had mercantile activity, storefronts, and community participation with all ages present and a distinct temperament. And how it has changed. Travel to any small country town in virtually any developed country, and you will notice these places are now somewhat forlorn and lacking. Many residents have long moved towards big cities So the country areas have become populated and then downtown. This phenomenon is so predictable and widespread that it even has a name: rural flight or rural exodus, and it has produced some fairly predictable problems.
Before you hear the next part of the lecture, we have some time to look at questions 33 to 35.
Fuck.
Now listen and answer questions 33 to 35.
As for the causes of rural exodus, the industrialization of agriculture. This comes in two aspects, one of them being monocultural farming practice. What this means is that it is now more efficient to have one product and focus on its needs almost exclusively. So, for example, animal husbandry will usually involve a single type of animal, say pigs, but with huge factory farming techniques, or, in other words, the second aspect, economies of scale. This means instead of 2,000 tightly fitted into small pens with high density waste disposal and automatic feeding systems. Yet, despite this huge size, it can all be controlled by just a dozen farm workers pushing the right button. You might not like it, but in a competitive market, the cheaper the overheads, the better, and one can't argue with market economics. It's simply the way of the modern world. It has changed the face of rural, mostly for the worse.
Before you hear the rest of the lecture, you have some time to look at questions 36 to 40. Now listen and answer questions 36 to 40.
We can talk at length about the problem of rural exodus, but what that means. Well, there is certainly this hope, since many are now feeling the negatives of increased urbanization, negatives which the countryside generally does not have. Thus, tourism, for example, is certainly one avenue of revenue and revitalization. The most important consideration here is that the local residents themselves participate in developing such initiatives and deciding what happens, since outsiders, be it state government or city-based planners, do not fully understand the local specifics, the possibilities which may be on offer, or the town culture, since even small rural areas can be highly distinctive from neighbouring ones. For example, the Dale developed a tourist industry based on natural streams, putting forward the angle that this water is relaxing and revitalizing. There has been the development of spas, saunas, and small accommodation within its picturesque community. And another solution is to utilize the predominant local code. This takes advantage of the fact that many people are developing a dislike for factory-produced and packaged foodstuffs. They are becoming interested in products that can be sold directly to them at a cheaper price, while preserving all the freshness from the tree animal. It is important here that the country area is not only characterized by a specific product, but markets this well. For example, many areas of country Victoria have developed widespread grape growing and winemaking facilities and encourage wine tasting tourism, now a thriving industry with an international reach. Similarly, Harcourt is famous for apples, Shepparton for sheep, and Mildura for its citrus products. Such strategies, done well, with hope that rural areas can revitalize and once again be lively and interesting places to live in.
That is the end of section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. That is the end of the listening test. and other listening test, and other listening test, and other.
In prospect. It is by American. Equipment. もうわからんから。4.5 なんだよな。I always take a 4.5. Leo. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Water reserve. Golden bean. By animals? No. GSP. Welfare state. In perspective. Political theory. More. Okay, 18 to 22. I have to correct the answer. Five questions left. Yeah. あと何個ってある? Rest. No rest. Rest. Okay, I need 5 more correct answer. From this result. Okay. Check the answer. Equipment. Is that true? Good. Stuff in version. Let's just take Fred instead. Here, yes, but not Susan. Hey. How do I promote my score of listening test?
One.
Good.
You are here to
Good.
Section 1. You will hear two colleagues, Marcus and Ella. Section 1. You will hear two colleagues.
I think that's optimistic. Optimistic. I think that's optimistic. 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 Okay. Jeff. Fred. Let's just take Fred. ここの
Section 1. You will hear two colleagues, Marcus and Ella, discussing a work project. You have some time to look at questions.
なんでここ読んでくれないの Alright, face-to-face interview, okay. To finish in time, stuff will have to work, right? We stay back at work for some after hours meeting. だからこれがなんでレイトっていう意味になるの時間がなる。時間 We stay back at work for some after hours meeting. Stay back at work. Yeah. No, I don't think so. As long as we stay back at work for 待って。 Well, that's better than coming in early. No one function well in the morning. No one function well in the morning. Function well. No one function well in the morning. Functions 機能するってことか。No one functions well in the morning. Also, the final report will need at plus 2 appendices. Not only that, we'll have to attach a small booklet to the end. Is that question 8? The final report will contain supplementary small supplementary booklet. What does it mean? We have to attach a small booklet to the end. 最後に attach a small booklet, supplementary booklet. Contain つけなきゃいけない。containing printouts. Accessed. Containing printouts of the relevant parts from all the following websites we access. That will take even more time. Are you sure we can meet this deadline? Yeah. I've worked that all out. I'm confident we can do it. I've worked it all out. And I'm confident we can do it. Phase 1 should be finished by the 5th, then phase 2 to begin about the 8th or 9th. Okay. At the end, there will be present the meaning that everything. Now there's okay, 9 and 10, yeah. Yes. And after that we can relax and celebrate on. Okay, Moksa. Yeah, the design decision will approve this and that. No guarantees. Guaranteed か。That's not guaranteed. Warranted. Guarantee. 何が違う will be definitive.聞けないのなんなんこれ。マジで。うぜえな。意味ねえじゃん。लेकिन本当に言ってんのこれ。
You should ask the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Okay, Ella, as you know, the deadline for this project is the end of the month, so we'd better plan it well.
Yeah, I've already been thinking of those things, and I've decided we should divide this project into 3 phases. The pre-phase, then phase 1, and then phase 2, with strict deadlines involved for each.
And that's everything sorted. Well done, Ella. This report should certainly be ready.
Storm damage to the main building. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 15.
Since the building is still whole. However, luckily, the damage is minor, and all of it can be fixed in one day, given that we...
Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 15.
Hello there. I was asked to tell you about the extent of the damage to the main building caused by the recent storm.
That's right. I take it that all the damage to the main building.
It is indeed, since the building is still old. However, luckily, the damage is minor, and all of it can be fixed in one day, given that we have 5 people in our team.
What would you do first? I understand you started.
We were going to we've been told there are exams that morning. I'm sure the sound of those scores and heavy equipment will disturb all the students. So instead, we'll fix that. That's a 4-hour job. It involves substantial repair, not like fixing broken windows, which can be done quite quickly.
So you'll
That's a
fix the
4-hour job since it involved 4-hour job. Okay, we fix that leaky roof. ああ、これ分かったでしょう。AD. Oh my god.
So you'll fix the broken window after that from here?
We could do that, but since we'll be working in the ceiling, it's more logical to get rid of those birds' nests there. It's a small job that will require crawling inside the ceiling cavity, which is not an easy exercise, so that will take about an hour. But this is good, since by that time the exam should be over, and we can address that tree which has been blown over after our 1-hour lunch break, of course. It will be quite noisy dealing with that, but it will be finished by 3 o'clock. Some of our staff will then leave to fix things on another site. An office nearby needs a new room. But the rest, including myself, will remain here to paint over that discoloured patch of wall in your office.
Oh, good. It looks so horrible at the moment.
Well, we will certainly make it look good once again. And in the last hour of our working day, we'll fix up that problem with the wiring. hopefully the power doesn't go to one of the classrooms. Probably some water has got into it. So we'll just change a few wires and clean up the moisture, and it
But we'll try to make it look good once again. And in the last hour of our working day, we'll fix that problem with the wheeling. Wheeling. 何 wheeling って。配線配線ってどれ ?Broken windows, electrical fault か。OK。そういうことね。wheeling. The wheeling. Apparently, the power doesn't go to one of the classroom. Probably some water has gotten into the fuse box. So we just change a few wires, a few wires, wiring, wire, and clean up the moisture, and it should be fine. I certainly appreciate all the effort you and your team are taking to fix things here, but I do have one request. Okay, we can address that tree which has been blown over. 13 blown over. What does it mean? We can address blown over. Okay. No. Fuck. なんなん address 対象 just being blown over. Foreign tree. Is that right? Okay. We can address 対処する I'd like to address two questions. 取り組む対処する address ね We can address the tree which has been blown over. Okay. Address. I got it. Yellow. Garden shed. そもそも garden shed ってどういう意味なの Shed, garden shed. Extra paint will be left in the garden shed. I'll just leave it in the garden shed, the one next to the main classroom. Yellow is certainly the painter color then. Just paint white. Was blue in my kitchen a home for that matter, and we can leave the paint can with you in case you need to do some touch-ups, or if the stain disappears. I'll just leave it in the garden shed, the one next to the main classroom. And incidentally, what happened? ちなみに incidentally about those birds in the ceiling. I was just investigate. 待って。Just investigate, and I heard the chirping of little baby birds in trees in the garden shed. I'll just leave it in the garden. キッチンってどこから出てきたの？ given them to the wildlife reserve. Baby birds will be given to the wildlife reserve. Wildlife reserve. Given to the wildlife reserve. The foreign tree will be used as firewood. The foreign tree. And as for the foreign tree, we can cut it up into small pieces and that can be firewood in my house. Firewood ね。The small parts of the tree will be put in a garden bin. But you do have some waste pile out the back. Put a proper garden bin means the material will be recycled. Garden bin. Don't know that. First criticism. What does it mean? 福祉国家。批判 criticism of this. It is too long. Far too long. Huh? I agree. It's just too long to be essay read. Far too long. Although it's certainly were written in parts. Far too long. Do you mean far too long? Far の文頭が来る。あまりにも長いってことね。Far too long? For far too long. Okay. どういう問題間違えるんだこれ。知らない問題が多い。言い回しの。普通に5位。 cultural studies. In perspective, closed space. It oversimplifies. Simplify. The book you're thinking of is In Perspective. Sorry, we're right. Oh my god. 何なんだよ。So you're right. In perspective, and the subtitle says a comparison of social graphs. Somewhat 多少 wouldn't you say? Somewhat interesting. A comparison of okay. Where middle so as it the subject, dealing as it does, which with such a wide variety of issues, but the book is itself certainly oversimplifies a very complex subject. But the book itself certainly oversimplifies a very complex. Oversimplifies 知らないよ。The book itself certainly 単純化しすぎて oversimplifies a very complex subject. Certainly, 確かに。Certainly. Emphasis used to emphasize the speaker's belief that what is said is true. 確かに It's certainly natural for someone to feel that. Different, certainly. Like, you please, certainly, sir. Certainly, sir. Political. Okay. Or simplifies. Is a textbook for political theory. Political theory. Oh, I hate politics. Not relevant to us here. 関係ない。 not relevant. Okay, culture study is by far the best. CSPP, yeah. Originally, country required fewer works. See, or more. The small country town has mercantile activity, storefront, community perception. ちょっと待って。Organs and lemons. Oranges and lemons with some peaches and a few chickens on the side for the production of eggs. The many workers involved raise their families who need products and support service such as medical clinic and schools. So the small country town had mercantile activities, storefronts per participate. Because tend to storefronts and community with all age present and distinct town culture. Okay. Distinct detective. Distinct make distinct town culture. Now the problem there expected. Where is it? It has produced some fairy 待って、フェアリーじゃ相当だっけ predictable かなり some very it has produced some very predictable what does it mean 予測可能な predictable okay After hours. After hours. 時間外。なんか変わった？そういうことか。コースじゃないの？ 熟語か。OK。progress, more progress 小冊子。冊子。なんなん勝手にさ、熟語になるの。Meaning that everything should be able to be submitted. Okay, Ocean, guaranteed. Leak that leak. leak. そんなん誰がわかんねえ。 blown 吹き飛ばされた blown blown ブローか。ブロー。ブローの過去分詞だね。paint over the disco over the over paint over that disc in your fence. Cover hedge disc patch. 間ディス変色した patch of wall. No. わからん。discolor か。discolored. え 何しよう discolored. wiring 何のこれ wiring wires wiring garden shed.物置小屋。シェッド。小屋ってことか。シェッド。違う。Reserve 役だ。Fire 何それ。パーキー。ガーデンビンって何なの？福祉。ファーチュロン。どこが十分なの？Perspective. oversimplifies単純。そんな。It is not even relevant. Chaos. Chaos. Relevant. By far the best. By far the best. which the other subjects lack. Since basically but so boils down. Boils down. Pour down to one sentence. Gotcha. Aspect. Gotcha.
Mature.
Mature.
Predictable.
Predictable.
Leaky.
Leaky.
Far too long.
Far too long. ずば抜けている。
Garden shed. Booklet. Oversimplify.
Oversimplify 大難しすぎる。
Monocultural.
Monocultural.
Garden bin.
Garden bin.
Mature.
Mature.
After hours.
After hours. Okay. Today. Okay. Today's learning of Ielts test is finished. Yes. I have a plan that to memorize vocabulary, which 200 words each day. So I will do that, and then after waking up, no, while I go to work, I study the vocabulary to 20 or 15 50 words, and then I do my job, and there is a time to transport between my uh, my headquarters to my client's building. So I should uh, run that time, even that time, and then I will finish the work 6 or 7 p.m. and then I go back to home, learning English, take a test. Tomorrow I will take a reading test for an hour, and then explore my mistakes, which is my where is a phrase that I can't understand, and where is the sentence that I can't understand and understanding. I can't understand, yeah, which I can understand. So, thank you for watching my lives, and thank you for I'm appreciated to learn with me, to learn English with me, whatever you learn about. Okay, I'll do the live. I also do the live tomorrow. So if you have time, please check my live. Come here. See you again. Thank you so much. Bye.